yesterday of 50 or more rebounds. If you look at Austin Peay, they only shoot 39% from the floor. Part of their offense actually is offensive rebounds, generating extra points that way. But Eastern Illinois put the ball in Nixon's hands. Let her go with the tempo. The Austin Peay likes to crash the boards. They're slow getting back. If you guys can limit them to one shot, you can get open shots on the other end of the floor.
First attack to the basket is unsuccessful for Eastern Illinois as Dominique Sims goes hard to the hole, but she's turned back, and Will, it's going to be ferocious in that paint today.
I will, and it'll be a dogfight. It'll be interesting to see how this game turns out. And as we know, it'll be games of runs, and a nice backdoor cut start off.
Ashley Herring, who had 21 points yesterday, starts with the first 2 today. Nixon dumps it to the perimeter, where Ashley Thomas then gets it to Sims, down on the low post. Working for the basket hard, Maggie Cloak starting with a deuce after dumping in 14 on Moorhead yesterday.
Well, Jamin's going to have to provide more resistance than that. She just allowed Cloak to step right in front of her and get an easy shot. She's got to push her out of the lane or maybe even front her to keep her from getting the pass.
Jamin out of Cameroon, hands it off to the kid from Kentucky. Then the outside jump shot, the 3 is no good. And this is not the MO of either team. Of all the teams in the OVC, the 2 teams that shoot the fewest 3, Austin Peay and EIU.
And as we talk about, they both like to start inside out, and in that way maybe give their perimeter players some opportunities for shots later in the game.
Another trip comes up empty for Eastern Illinois. They tried to work it along the baseline. The pass was long, so official Bruce Morris is going to put it into play. The officiating crew includes Bruce, Troy Winders, and Ed Novak. Austin Peay in the red uniforms, Herring, an all-conference performer, slides to the lane as Hanley now runs the offense. Finds an opening, but it's slapped away, and Eastern Illinois comes up with the ball, and they're going to inbound it beneath the Austin Peay basket.
Well, if this game goes like I think it might, and after watching these 2 teams win their games yesterday, this could all come down to possibly, at the end of the game, free throw shooting and turnovers. And you look at Austin Peay, they average 18 a game, and they make some like you just saw. And Eastern Illinois does a little better job of only averaging 16 and a half a game. But I think, again, it'll come down to the fundamentals. Turnovers and then possibly who can hit their free throws at the end of the game.
Sims with a little pull-up runner, no good. Bounding around, and Austin Peay touched it last. The Panthers going to have another crack at it as you look at Austin Peay's star player, Ashley Herring, the junior guard out of Memphis.
Well, that time Maggie Cloak did an excellent job of not being able to get the rebound, but going up over the back of Jamin and trying to keep it alive.
Nixon, the defensive player of the year in the OVC, runs the offense for these Panthers. Dump pass down inside to Cloak. Nice little move along the paint. Can't get it to go. Fighting for the rebound. This time it's going to be Austin Peay, the recipient of the call.
And again, there's Jamin just playing behind the post, making things too easy for Cloak. Jamin's got to do a much better job of just getting around, denying the pass. That there is too easy. They just got lucky and had Cloak miss the easy shot.
And we've got a whistle down in the paint. That foul is going to go against Eastern Illinois.
Well, again, it was a Jamin down there wrestling for some position, and the official calls the foul on the defender.
Chantel Presley with her first foul checks out. Sydney Mitchell slides in her place. She's a freshman out of Columbus, Indiana. And there's a great golf course in Columbia, Indiana. We got to go sometime. Otter Creek.
Well, nice job that time by Jamin of making the fake handoff, but as she drove to the basket, instead of getting out from underneath the basket, she got stuck up underneath and got her shot blocked.
Mitchell right off the bench puts up the shot. Nixon fights for it, and it's tumbled out of bounds. Austin Peay is going to get it back. As you look at that freshman from Austin Peay University, or excuse me, from Eastern Illinois, and the drive in the paint. Turn back once again. Now it's Austin Peay on the attack. Gary Gupton and Will Purdue on the Wazoo Sports Network. Herring trying to drive it in against Sims. Cross courts it. Now that's Hanley making a run at it. Floater from 8. She's got it.
Nice job by Hanley attacking the defense. You don't see a lot of players that have that ability to kind of shoot that mid-range shot. They either have to shoot the jump shot or the 3 from the perimeter or take it all the way in and try to finish at the basket.
Mitchell gets it up top. Now it's Sims getting it over to Kenya Nixon. The cutter has it. She's fouled as Sydney Mitchell put up the shot. She got a swat. There's going to be no easy shots in that paint, Will.
Well, what we talked about at the Open was the fact that for Austin Peay, we saw Jasmine Rayner and we saw Nicole Jamen just continue to physically pound UT Martin yesterday. What we're seeing here early on is Eastern Illinois also has some height themselves. Most notably, as we've seen early on, has been Maggie Cloak. She's done a nice job of just sealing the defender behind her and calling for the ball. So as the game goes on, you're going to see each team make changes. Who's going to adapt to what the other team is doing? So you can't just continue to keep doing the same thing. It'll be interesting to see as they go from timeout to timeout what kind of defensive changes each team makes, how they change what they're doing on offense. And will one of these two teams decide to press a little bit, even though neither one of them really like to do that?
The Govs on the attack. 4-3 ball game. Austin Peay has the lead. The rebound goes to Maggie Cloak. On the attack, Nixon. Spin move, dumps it back. Cloak from just inside the arch. She can get it. Nice rebound as Mitchell fights for it. Nixon, runner. Another shot blocked by Hanley, who had a couple of blocks in the game yesterday. And here come the Lady Govs trying to add to their edge.
Well, Nixon has that ability for Eastern Illinois to get by the initial defender, but that time she didn't extend the ball too much. You always talk about ball, you, defender. I imagine next time she'll get that shot off.
Beautiful jumper. We don't see Nicole Jamen knocking them down from 12 feet too often, but she knocks it down there.
Well, Austin Peay better turn around because right there, you see Nixon running right up their back.
Nixon forced it up. Now forcing the pace on the other end was Herring. It's taken away by Sims. And now it's Nixon who retrieves it. 2-on-1 break. Nice defense as Hanley hangs back. And instead of a layup, it's going to be an inbounds play for Eastern Illinois.
Well, Nixon needs to do a better job. And when she attacks, you have to wait for the defense to commit. At that time, she picked the ball up a little too soon, allowed the defense to drop back in the passing lanes and knock it out of bounds.
Lady Govs in the lead on the OVC Championship Saturday.
We talked about the inside attack that Austin Peay has with Jasmine Rayner and Nicole Jamen. And right now, Eastern Illinois is doing a good job of holding their own.
Panthers trailing by 3. 3-point attempt. I thought it was going to drop back through the net, but it didn't. Jasmine Rayner clears another rebound for the ladies in red.
And that's what we talk about, it making changes. That time when they come out of the timeout, Coach Kerry Daniels for Austin Peay changes up and puts Jasmine Rayner on Maggie Cloak that time.
Jamen's got 4 points. She was impossible for Morehead State to stop yesterday, and she's proving equally difficult for Eastern Illinois right now. 8-3 ball game. The ladies out of Clarksville have the lead, and a steal comes up as Herring runs beneath the loose ball. Fast break, the basket won't go as Faulkner's layup is a little bit too strong, and then a frustration foul as Brooke has now picked up her second foul.
Well, she came in on the left side, uncontested, but you got to work on using that left hand. Sometimes if you try to come in on the left side with the right hand, you push it off the backboard a little too hard, and that's exactly what she did. Kind of hit the backboard, hit the front of the rim, and then rolled off the right-hand side.
Faulkner getting some coaching now from Kerry Daniels as Darcy Warner, the junior guard out of French Lick, Indiana, number 2, in for the Lady Governors.
I like how Kerry Wild does that. Whenever she takes a player out of the game, regardless of the situation, she always goes over and talks to them. Gives them encouragement, talk about what they can do to do things differently, and how they can make an impact the next time they go in the game.
Shot clock into single digits. Sims recognizes, can't get it to go. And Austin Peay got their hand on the basketball, but they're going to say it's going to be Austin Peay's possession.
Well, it looked like the last person to touch it was Eastern Illinois' Sydney Mitchell down in there mixing it up.
Deliberate pacing now by both these teams. We talked to Brady Sally this morning about this would be two teams pounding it in the paint. And he goes, not just the paint, all over the court. These two teams know each other very well. No secrets at this point in the year. They split their 2 meetings in the regular season. The rubber match will send one team to the NCAA tournament. Rebound by the defensive player of the year to Kenya Nixon. She pulls back to Sims. Around the perimeter, the 3 is launched up by Ashley Thomas, no good. The Panthers can't track it down, so once again, Austin Peay's defense stiffens up and it's not allowing Brady Sally's team any easy looks.
Well, we talked to Brady Sally after the game yesterday against UT Martin, and they struggled in the first half there of getting into some rhythm. And you've seen that here in this game because Austin Peay's extended their defense, made things tough for them, and they seem like they've always had a hand in the shooter's face, or they've always been in the area to kind of distract them.
Warner gives up that left-hand dribble to Ashley Herring from Bartlett High School down in Memphis. A long 2-hour drive from Nashville. Real long. It may be even further than 2 hours. It seems like it takes forever to get there. I know that. Out front, easy basket as Dominique Sims sprints up in front of the Austin Peay defenders, and that's the first easy basket for EIU.
But nice job with the Kenya Nixon as she's attacking on the offensive end of the floor. She's dribbling with her head up. That way she can see her teammates if they're open. Panthers
struggling. They've taken 11 shots, missed 9 of them. That was their first field goal in 5 minutes.
And that right there is what we saw Austin Peay do to Moorhead yesterday. You saw the two bigs, Jasmine Rayner and Nicole Jamen, continuing to play volleyball underneath. If one missed, the other got the rebound.
Sydney Mitchell attacks, and she's going to be called for a charge.
Wow.
That's going to be the first against Sydney Mitchell, as holding her ground was Jasmine Rayner.
Well, a lot of times when you look at these plays, watch the reaction of Nicole Jamen. You could even see the frustration on her face. She thought maybe she committed the foul, and then when she was a little surprised when she saw that the official said the call was on the player from Eastern Illinois.
The basket's in deep to Jamen. She's cut out. Now Herring giving it a run. Back to Jamen. She wants to drive. Powerful move from Cameroon. The rebound cleared off by the Panthers. Nixon kicks it back. Mitchell is turned back. Now Kelsey Wiss retrieves it for the Panthers. Wiss goes baseline. It's smacked away. Austin Peay has doubled up Eastern Illinois University. Things are heating up in Nashville.
Has started. The one thing they've kept reminding themselves about is we're the defending champions. They were the defending champions last year being the number 5 seed. This year they're the number 4 seed, and she says it just seems like the light has come on and they've been focused ever since they started practicing for the OVC tournament.
Nice inbounds play. They get it right to Cloak. Austin Peay has it defended, but they did so by fouling from Jasmine Rayner. That's the first on JR. At the free throw line, Maggie Cloak. Her line yesterday, a double-double, 14 points, 12 rebounds against University of Tennessee Martin. And we got a chance to see Kevin McMillan this morning, the coach at UT Martin. He actually came over to watch the shoot-arounds, as you and I did.
Well, nice job of, a lot of times you see when teams get fouls, you want to have positive possessions. And when I mean positive possessions, if you get fouled, you got to go to the free throw line and step up and make 2. In the worst case scenario, make 1. You can't come away with empty possessions, whether it be turnovers, missed shots, offensive fouls for turnovers, or even in situations where you have an opportunity to score and you go to the free throw line and miss them both.
Well, in that play right there, I thought Nicole Jamen did a great job fielding the ball. The pass was a little bit away from her wheel, but she slid to the ball. It could have been an easy turnover. Instead, she slid to, got the possession.
Well, one of the things you always tell post players is you step to the pass. You don't wait for the pass to come to you, and she's done an excellent job of that. Don't forget, she's a senior. She's got a little experience. The one thing she did time and time again against UT Martin yesterday was that exact move. She kind of does that little crab dribble, kind of feels the defense. She doesn't predetermine what kind of move she's going to make. And then once the defense commits,